We are so excited to be here today, making strides against cancer, the American Cancer Society. We have a great turnout participating. We're going to be learning about survivor stories, learning about what we can do to be proactive about our health. And we are going to be celebrating today, celebrating all of the survivors. So watch our show. It's going to be inspirational, and you're going to learn what you can do to be proactive for your health, both men and women. Let's go, making strides. Welcome, Anne. Thank you for being with us this morning.
Good morning. It's freezing.
It is, but it'll be good for the walkers.
Yes.
Now, why are you participating this morning?
Well, it's such an important cause and it affects so many people. Even if you don't get breast cancer yourself, you know somebody that's affected by it. So it's a really important cause to support.
And you traveled a long way to support today.
I did. I flew in last night from Phoenix. I got here at 2 a.m.
Well, thank you so much. And you have something coming up next year to support breast cancer.
Yes, absolutely. We have the Breast Cancer Cruise for a Cause that's leaving out of Miami on October 26th on Celebrity Cruises. So I'm here helping to promote that for next year.
And how many people will be on that cruise?
We have cabins for 200 passengers.
That's wonderful. And what are your suggestions for people regarding breast cancer and examinations?
Oh my gosh, you should always self-exam and go and get a mammogram. It is so important to get checked.
At what age should you start doing that?
As early as you can. There is never a wrong age to start this.
And what about men?
Absolutely. Men can get breast cancer as well. So it is hugely important for men to take those steps to get checked.
And why did you get involved with this cause?
I have a really good friend called Kathy King, and she has done Team Pookie for many years. And I'm here helping her.
And why did she get involved in this cause?
She knows a lot of people that are affected, and it is just so close to her heart.
And as you said, it affects everybody.
It does.
Well, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Bethany, thank you so much for joining us. It's a very busy morning for you.
Yes, thank you for being here. We're so excited to be out here at Nathan Benderson Park. It's a beautiful day, amazing weather. 2 years ago, it's either super hot or having a rainy storm, so it's beautiful to be out here today. And we are checking everybody in. We have over 300 breast cancer survivors here today, and over 300 teams that are out here supporting and fundraising for making strides against breast cancer. And as you can see over here, we have all the sponsors and all the vendors, and it's just out here celebrating our survivors and thrivers. It's awesome.
And how long does it take you to prepare for an event like this?
Oh my goodness. Well, the season never really stops. It just gets, once we finish here, we start thanking and reaching back out again, but really busy starting at the kickoff, which you guys were at, in August, September, October are really crazy. But we've been out here for the past 3 days. Getting the tent set up and then unloading all the stuff and just getting everything ready. So we got to make sure we're ready for everybody when they get here.
Well, and you can tell, and it's a celebration being here.
It is. And that's the best thing. We fundraise all year, right? Our supporters and volunteers, they fundraise all year. And then they come out here and it's like a celebration of all the hard work that they've done. And we celebrate our top fundraisers and we celebrate just all the work that we've done, which is really nice.
So there is a walk today or a run. So what does that look like?
So this year we have either a 1 mile or a 3 mile option. And we'll start from over here and we'll go out and back across the lake over there. And so you can walk, you can run, and there'll be entertainment along the course. We have water stops, we have a band, we have pirate ships, which is the new addition this year, which is kind of fun. So we have the privateers and the DeSoto crew out here. And just everybody from the community really comes together to be out here and support. But the walk is 1 or 3 miles.
Yeah. And what does the funding go toward?
Yeah, so the American Cancer Society really, so we're the largest non-governmental funder of research. So everybody knows about the research the American Cancer Society provides, but also we provide invaluable resources as far as rides to treatment if you need them, places to stay while you're being treated, and then also the priceless support, right? 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, you can call the American Cancer Society and get help on whatever you're facing throughout your cancer journey. So it's those things that need to be funded.
And that's really important because you really need a community to surround you. And I'm sure once you get that diagnosis, it's just, you don't even know where to turn.
And that's the hard part, right? So I could help my sister, I could help my friend, but I've never gone through it. So one of the programs we have is our Reach to Recovery, and that's for breast cancer patients. And I say it's like Match.com for breast cancer patients. You get paired up with somebody who's gone through the exact same situation that you've gone through, so that you can ask them questions that somebody else might not know. And that's invaluable. That support is invaluable, and that resource, yeah.
Sure is. So what do you hope to get from today?
Well, I just hope everybody has a great time. I hope the survivors and the thrivers feel the love and feel the support from the community, because that's why we're here, right? Everything that you see, everything that we've done, everything that we work on all year is to celebrate and honor the survivors and the thrivers, and honor the ones that we have lost to breast cancer as well. So I hope everybody has a great time and the survivors feel the love.
Well, you did a great job, and everybody has a smile on their face right now.
I know, I love it. It's like I like to stand back and watch and say, okay, this is why we do all this work. This is why our backs hurt, but this is so fun. It's a great
You did great.
Thank you so much. Thanks for coming.
Thank you. We're being joined by Debbie right now, and Debbie is with the team Take Stock and Hope.
Yes.
Debbie, can you tell us a little bit about your team?
Absolutely. It started with stock development, and we had 7 ladies who had been diagnosed with breast cancer. And we decided that this year, in addition to sponsoring, we wanted to make a difference even more and participate in the walk. So what happened was we started with our company here and have some employees on the team, but so many community members and neighbors joined in as well. So it's not just our company, it is people from the community. And we have raised over $34,000. And our team in Naples, because we have a stock team in Naples as well, combined with us, have raised over $100,000.
That's amazing.
Yeah, we're super excited, and everyone is just wanting to get out and make a difference.
And as you said, you had so many people that you knew personally that was
Yes.
impacted by this.
Absolutely, we do, and I feel like everybody here has a story, knows somebody who has been impacted, and it's so important to try to do something to help and show our support.
And why did you champion this cause? Was it because you personally knew people that weren't?
Absolutely. I know people, again, not just within the company, but within the community. And unfortunately, you hear about people all the time diagnosed with something like this. But the good news is that the lifespan is so much better than what it was a long time ago. And really something like this really makes a difference.
And when you were fundraising and going out in the community, was that difficult, or did you have people just join in?
We definitely had people champion our cause, but we did some fun things. So one thing we did is we had a movie night at Lakewood Ranch Cinema, and it was a tough thing to do, but we had to watch Tom Cruise for Top Gun, and we raised $10,000 that night on a movie night. And we also recently went to Sophia's in downtown Lakewood Ranch and did a beautiful dinner, and we were able to raise money there as well. And then the team, of course, went out and got donations.
That's amazing. You got to be creative and do this also.
Yes, we had a lot of fun while we did it, for sure.
Well, you are the #1 earner for the fundraiser for raising funds for today.
Yes, we're very proud and we're excited. We're just glad that we could make a difference and help.
And look around, because you have built this community, and you're going to be helping to support research in the community going forward for families that are going to be experiencing this.
Yes, absolutely. Well, anything we can do to help.
Debbie, what are your suggestions going forward for women in self-examination?
I know personally I know how important it is, because there are people that I work with that have actually been diagnosed, if they would not have had that mammogram, they would not have caught this early. And they are here today to tell their story.
And if somebody wanted to follow in your footsteps next year to create a team, what are your suggestions for that?
It's really just to talk about it and get everyone excited about participating. Just put it out there. People will join in and champion the cause, that's for sure. And then my team actually pushed me. They're like, let's do something else. I'm like, okay, let's do something else. So it was great.
And the creativity you brought with that.
It was fun. It really was.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Esperanza, you're representing MCR Health. What are you doing here today?
Well, we have a stand for MCR with all our information about our services, our clinics in Manatee, Sarasota, and DeSoto County. And also we have our pink team, MCR. Everybody's here. We have more than 30 people, all excited. And it's wonderful to see everybody supporting this walk.
Now-
Hey, good to see you, Sheila.
Nice to see you. Now, why are you participating today personally?
Personal, because it's in my heart. We all have someone that touch our hearts that is struggling and fighting. And we want to say to them, you are not alone. We are here, and we are, trying to raise money for that cure and to support this organization for all our women's.
Now, MCR Health is so invaluable to our community. What services do you offer there?
Thank you for saying that. We offer a big array of services. We have services for women's, we have OB/GYN, we have family services, we have pediatricians, dermatology, cardiology. Then please, if you ever need any help, even if you are uninsured or underinsured, MCR is here to help you.
That's wonderful. So, if I was thinking about a mammogram, I could go to MCR Health.
Yes, we will find a way to help. We will find a way to support the women's, even if we need to contact other organizations that we are working very closely, that we can cover the cost. Yes.
That's a wonderful resource for all of our families.
Yes, and thank you to everybody that are here today.
Now, do you want to say something to our bilingual families or our Spanish-speaking families?
Yes, a la comunidad latina, por favor, únase a esta lucha contra el cáncer. Estamos todos aquí apoyando a las mujeres y a los hombres que están pasando esta lucha en este momento. Gracias. Si necesita los servicios de MCR, ya sabe dónde estamos. Gracias.
And why should women and men do self-examinations?
Please, that's a must every year. If you love your wife, your spouse, your partner, your girlfriend, make sure they go and they check. It's simple, it's quick, and can save your life, your family, and your future.
And we should be doing monthly examinations ourselves, correct?
Yes, yes. It's so simple. You can do it yourself when you are in the shower. Please, I know sounds like rhetoric because we repeat and repeat, but this will save many lives if everybody just do the check.
And men should be doing it too.
It's a big job for us women to work with our men. We have a lot of issues with prostate cancer and other types. I know they don't like to go to the doctors. We know that we have our men in our families. But you know what? Support them, don't pressure, just convince them, give them the information. And one time check can save your family.
And I could go to MCR Health and learn how to do a self-exam, correct?
Yes, please. We have a huge, wonderful, dedicated team to help all of you.
Wonderful. So any questions, I can go to MCR Health, learn how to do a self-exam and get a mammogram.
Yes, and how I mentioned before, we have a wonderful team of GYNs and family doctors, and they want to make sure that you check this every 2 years or every year, depends of your circumstances, but just stop by and the doctor will give you the right advice.
Well, thank you for being here. I look forward to seeing your booth.
Thank you for being here. Okay, thank you to all of you for supporting this event.
I am joined with my friend Kathy right now, and I'm so glad to see you here. And you're representing Team Pookie. Tell us about Team Pookie.
Team Pookie started 7 years ago. We have raised over $300,000.
Wow.
We do it because it's an amazing cause. You got to get out there, get your mammograms, this will be my 7th year being a pay setter, raising over $2,500. My teammate also does it. She's a survivor. With COVID and stuff, I think we really need to get back to the beginning. It's less and less now, and we need to bring it back. That's for sure.
So when you fundraise, how do you do that?
We've got a dart tournament coming up. I've done a cornhole tournament. I've stood on the corner of 41 and Cortez and held a sign. It doesn't matter how you get out there and do it, just do it. Beg for money if you got to. Doesn't matter. I don't do it by selling stuff. I do it by asking the people.
And the community's generous.
Absolutely, yes. As you know, I work for a very generous man. So Bob Borst supports me in whatever I do. So he's actually supposed to walk today. So that'll be fun for you.
That will be fun. So how many people are on your team?
On average, we have about 25 people on our team, and 4 of them are survivors. This year, not a lot of people walking. Everybody had plans and stuff like that, but we're still huge supporters and want to make sure we're here.
Well, and it's nice because even if they can't be here today, they still donated.
Absolutely. And next year, we're going to come back with a vengeance and take over first. That's our goal. We are doing a cruise leaving out of October 26th of 2023, leaving out of Miami. Nope, that's a lie. Cape Canaveral. And all the proceeds go to American Cancer Society and Team Pookie.
That's wonderful. Now, how did you get your name? Is there a significance?
Yeah, there is. A friend of mine, we used to call her Pookie, and she got diagnosed with cancer. So, Team Pookie. And she is a 7-year survivor now.
I love to hear that story.
Yeah.
So you became personally involved because you knew somebody?
Absolutely. And Mr. Muir's wife just got diagnosed with cancer. She just had a surgery, so we're walking here for her today, too. It's important.
And it is important because it impacts everybody.
Absolutely. Make sure you get your mammograms. It's got to be. Don't wait.
And what about men?
Men too. I mean, it's one out of what they say, 1 out of every 100. You know, that's important. I mean, people check yourselves. I mean, come on. I mean, it's important.
It is very important. Well, thank you for doing this. Thank you for being here. You are an amazing, amazing friend.
Yes.
Mert, thank you for joining us. Why are you here today?
A 19-year survivor, and when I found out that I had cancer, I was put into the Herceptin clinical study, the first one, 2,700 women in the country. Herceptin, and my study was sponsored by the American Cancer Society. I've been involved with it for years. I volunteer at the Florida Cancer Specialist every week. So it saved my life. Herceptin is used for all kinds of cancers. And now when I'm at the Florida Cancer Specialist with my patients in the infusion room, they say they're getting Herceptin, and I cry and jump around. So I'm very grateful. My husband and I come every year.
Thank you so much for doing this and then continuing your volunteer work.
Oh, yeah, that and the Salvation Army. We do that. You got to do it.
Yes. Yeah. Do you remember what it was like when you first got that diagnosis?
We were amazed. I was 53, and we couldn't believe it. It totally changed our lives.
How did you find out you had cancer?
I felt it. It was a pain in my breast. I felt the lump. I was very proactive. I went directly to the doctor. My husband was with me, and he said, "Pretty sure it's cancer, about 95%." So it was like real quick, 1, 2, 3, and had 2 surgeries in 1 week. So I'm good. I'm alive and kicking.
You sure are. And 19 years later, and you're still out volunteering and sharing your story.
I love going there and helping out. It's great.
How do you feel about coming here and seeing all of these people?
It's a little overwhelming because I remember going out to the polo grounds years ago, and then we were RVers, and we did it in Arizona. And I've done survivor talks to the whole group, and we've done the Relay for Life. Done a lot.
Well, and this is wonderful because today's really about a celebration.
It is. And I celebrate every time I get up in the morning.
So other than doing self-exams, what can women and men do?
Well, women obviously need to go and get their mammograms, obviously. And I mean, I go all the time. Men need to do the same thing. You know, you know your body. If something's not right, follow it. And you know, just being over cautious is not bad.
Well, and thank you so much for being here and then for walking with people that are still on this journey.
I love it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Mayor Jean Brown is making strides today. Why are you here today?
Well, a few months back, Bethany came and talked to me about being one of the Real Men Wear Pink ambassadors. And, you know, when she came in and talked about it with my wife, and obviously we've got a lot of friends and family over the years that have had issues, and just what we can do to help. And that's my little small part, you know, I think will hopefully bring more light to what we can do to help people.
It definitely does. Thank you so much for your involvement.
Well, I appreciate it. And one of the things to me is, you know, we can't change what's happening sometimes, but we can make it better through the process. And I think as we go through, you know, I tell people all the time, $5, $10, $5,000, whatever you can give is important to help others.
And that's so true. And it's not only the financial contributions, it's the community of support.
Well, when you look out here today, you know, I've seen it on TV before, never actually came to one, but the number of people that are out here trying to help others and caring about their family, because a lot of it is family oriented. And again, when you go through it, you know, you don't realize what's happening. And if you can talk to somebody, you know, like you said, the financial support is great. And hopefully one day we're going to have a cure, total cure and easy. But I had a great friend that got diagnosed just before COVID started. And then she had to have the surgeries and chemo and radiation. And then COVID hit. That was a double whammy for her because she was so worried if she would have got COVID, she probably wouldn't have survived. And she's here today because of things like this. There people are out there helping and doing things.
Thank you for sharing that. And today feels like a celebration, doesn't it?
Oh, it does. And again, you know, we all have trials and tribulations in life. And what you have to do is figure out what's the moment for you. And that celebration, you know, sometimes it's celebrating that what we can do for others. And that's, again, what I think is important for all of us, not just once a year when we celebrate having this or we actually go through the process. But I think you got to think about all year long how you help people.
What would you say to other men about getting involved for next year?
Well, I think, you know, I got kind of challenged when I saw that there was only a few people from Bradenton when she came in and said, I said, well, all those people seem from Sarasota. And not that I don't like Sarasota. I love Sarasota, loved our whole town and all that. But when it said there's only a couple from Bradenton, I said, well, I'm competitive. Let's get in there and let's make it proud. And the competitiveness isn't a bad thing, but it also brings people together and says, okay. And then when it's over, you celebrate what you've done.
That's right. And to bring awareness to it, as you're saying. So I'm hoping they'll get more men from Bradenton involved next year.
Well, I'm going to make a challenge, and I'm the only politician in it this year. And if any of my other politician friends are watching from both counties, let's all get in it for the good.
I think you just did a throwdown.
Right, yeah. That's fun. We have that a lot anyway in politics. But no, it's, again, about what we can do to help others. And again, the challenge of every day that what we go through is nothing what somebody goes through when they're having breast cancer.
Well, I'm very proud to have you as my mayor. Thank you for being here.
Well, I appreciate that, and God bless.
Gina, thank you so much for joining us on this busy morning.
Absolutely. I'm so happy and thankful to be here as a survivor.
So give us a little bit of background on your story. How did you find out that you were having breast cancer?
I found out on a routine exam, a routine mammogram. I was diagnosed at 45 years old, and it was a complete shock. So I'm so thankful that the radiologist found it.
What was it like hearing that diagnosis?
Complete shock, disbelief. I did not understand the terminology that was being said to me. Invasive ductal carcinoma was a foreign language, so I had no idea what that meant. And then I heard the words triple negative breast cancer, and then I felt my stomach just sink.
What does all of that mean?
It means it's extremely aggressive. And it's nothing to mess around with. So I had to take action very quickly. Matter of fact, I tried to get multiple opinions on what I should do in my treatment. And it was 30 days and COVID hit. And I was in shock with COVID. I was in shock with cancer, just relocated to the area. And so in that time period of trying to decide what to do, my oncologist actually called me and said, we need to take action immediately. And that really, really resonated with me and how severe it really is.
What was that process like?
Which process?
After the diagnosis and given choices as to what you had to do?
The process was meeting with an oncologist, meeting with a surgeon, meeting with a plastic surgeon, because I did choose to have reconstruction afterwards. It was a lot of meetings, And then finally making a decision was something that was extremely personal to me. And it was something that I had to weigh all the options, consider my young son. And ultimately, I decided to have a bilateral mastectomy because I wanted to see my son drive.
And then going forward, what's your treatment plan? What does that look like?
I am 2 years today, 2 years cancer free. I know. It's so fitting that we're having the walk today. So, because it is triple negative breast cancer, I still have to go back every 4 months. So, 2 years out, every 4 months, I still have to go until I reach 5 years. And then I can go every 6 months.
Wonderful. Now, how was the support from the American Cancer Society network? Did you utilize them?
I did not know of it until much later. Keep in mind, this was in the middle of COVID. So a lot of the in-person resources were no longer available. I was very thankful that I had the American Cancer Society's website to review and look at, which did provide a lot of information. And thankfully, I did come across this group of amazing women who were able to help me after my surgery.
Were you just going for a monthly exam or a yearly exam and they had found that?
Yes, and unfortunately, I had waited 3 years before my previous exam. I felt that I was too young and I didn't feel anything in my self exams. But I went because I was starting a new job and didn't want to miss any work. And that's where they found it.
So, what would you say to women?
Not only supplement your self exams monthly, but go annually for a mammogram, no matter how old you are. One of my closest friends got breast cancer at 26 years old. This is no joke.
So, your son must think you're a warrior.
He does. He's over there. He points at me and he's very proud to wear his pink. Matter of fact, at his middle school, they had a breast cancer day and he was head to toe pink with his "My mom is a survivor, a warrior," and I'm so proud of that.
We're proud of you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing your story so that we can help other women and men.
Yes, get your mammograms.
Ladies, thank you so much for joining us. Why are you here today?
We're here today to support breast cancer awareness, and we found out about this through Cardinal Mooney High School.
So you all go to Cardinal Mooney?
Yes. Yes.
And why was it important for you to choose to come to this today?
Because it's really important that we support breast cancer survivors and victims and families who have gone through it. And yeah.
Have you done this before?
Yes, I did this last year.
Is this your first year?
Yes, it is.
Now, your friend must have encouraged you to come. How are you enjoying today?
I think it's a lot of fun. There's a lot to do, and it's very important.
It is very important. It's a celebration.
Yes. Yes.
So we're talking about the importance of doing self-exams, and it's never too early to start. So that's a message you can take back to your school.
Yeah, I would agree. I think it's important that we spread awareness to this issue when we all don't know how it really feels to go through, but we can support it.
Are you walking today?
Yes, we are.
Do you have a team here today?
Yes, we do.
How many are on your team? Is it a large?
Yeah, it's large. It's Cardinal Mooney High School.
We love that. So is it are parents joining you, or is it just the students?
It's students, teachers, and parents.
Wonderful. We love to hear that and the awareness that you're bringing to this. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Tina, why are you here today?
I'm walking in honor of my godmother who passed away 2 years ago from the terrible disease cancer.
It's something that impacts everybody.
It is, but we're fortunate that we have a lot of survivors. So we're getting there, but it's sad for the ones that we lost, and we honor them every day.
That's correct. When you went on that journey with her, how did she find out that she had cancer?
Well, unfortunately, she was a breast cancer survivor, and then 10 years later, it came back in her bones. She went and had a bone density scan, and then there were signs in the lab work, and that's unfortunately how we found out.
What would you say to women and even men out there? What should we be doing to prevent this?
Oh, we got to be proactive. Ladies, go check your tatas. Regular basis, teach your daughters, teach your granddaughters. Proactive, you have to get your checkups. Be on top of that.
Well, and as you were sharing, even for bone density, because we can tell things that are not right in our body.
Exactly. Yeah, proactiveness is the key to this. And eating healthy diet, being active, get out in the community, and I think that would help.
So you're on a team today?
Yes, the OB girls.
What's your team like? Do you have many people on it?
We have 3 today, but 3 is more than none. So everybody that fights the fight, it counts. We also have a lot of survivors in our family that we're walking for, so we're very grateful for that.
That's wonderful.
It can affect anybody. So
Well, thank you so much for being here, and we commend you for spreading the word.
thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Well, thank you all for being here today.
Thank you for having us.
And you're representing Intercoastal?
Yes, yes. And this is my co-worker, Tiara.
Hi.
Introduce my team.
This is my mother. Her name is Christine. That's my cousin.
Nice.
Nice to meet all of you. Now, why are you here today?
This is my second year of doing this. So, and my grandmother passed breast cancer. So I love doing it.
So, what was your experience coming here last year and then this year?
Last year we didn't make it. Year before last I made it and I loved it. So that's why I came back again.
And it's a celebration, isn't it?
Yes, I love it. It's nice out here. It's very beautiful to see a lot of people just kind of gather up just to support, the breast cancer. So I'm having fun.
And it's so nice that you can honor your grandmother.
Yes, yes.
And your office is here today?
We're trying to find them. So we're out trying to find them now.
So not only personally, but also for your...
Related. Yes, work related. She invited me.
That's so nice. And you get to honor your grandmother.
Yes, at the same time.
What tips would you give to women about finding out if they have cancer? What should we do?
Go to your doctor. Get your tatas checked.
And we can do that ourselves, can't we?
Yep.
There you go. That's what we like. Taking self-care.
That's what I love. My doctor made sure I do that.
Awesome. Well, I hope you find your team. Thank you for being here, ladies.
Thank you. You have a wonderful day, sweetheart.
Thank you.
Let's give them a round of applause. All the survivors, thrivers, the supporters out here. And that number also includes those who have completed breast cancer treatment and those still undergoing treatment.
Alexandra, why are you here today?
Hi, I'm a 7-year survivor. Yeah! And I'm gonna work today with my support group, Breast Cancer Survivors of Sarasota. I will meet them in a minute. So I'm here to support my sisters. They're diagnosed and going through treatments now, and to help them understand this is just the cancer is the world, not a sentence. We can do everything together.
That's right. What was it like when you first got the diagnosis?
It was really hard and traumatic. It was unexpected. I was just 42 years old and I have kids. My kids were going to school and it was hard to explain them. It was shock to me. I knew as I'm former nurse what it's to expect. So it was even probably harder to understand, but time just pass by, treatments go, you do what you have to do to fight, and it's traumatic. People have to understand the getting cancer diagnosis is expensive and traumatic, and it takes years to go back to where you are before. Actually, you are never what you are, you're better.
Well, your family must be so proud of you.
My mom is breast cancer survivor. My grandma died when I was 12 years because she refused treatments. Treatments 30 years ago were completely different. We are blessed now to have improvements in therapies, which is really great. And my mom is very proud because what I'm doing and trying to help others. And I think it's just a destiny.
Well, and being out here and helping other women that are going on this journey with your support work.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. Pay it forward. For everybody, that's important. Whoever went through the treatment, go back and help your sisters.
What should the sisters do to make sure that they don't experience this? Is there something preventative that we should be doing?
There is a lot of guidance. Guidance are changing from 7 years, how much I am breast cancer survivors, how long I am. A lot of changed. Usually people say exercise, eat healthy diet, try to not to stress. Um, they say check your genes, but it's important to know that just 10% of cancers are actually genetics. I didn't have anything. They check everything, even that my mom and grandma had cancer. So still, there is still a lot of unknown. We can only hope and try that we're gonna find one day cure. I'm really proud with the treatments that are now last year developed for everybody. And I'm so glad that some things are easier than it were before. We have much more options.
Well, thank you so much for being here. I know we're getting ready to start, but your story's so inspirational. We're glad to share it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bob, you're making strides today. Why are you here?
Well, I'm here for my breast friends, 941, my wife, who went through breast cancer. So this is very important. All these people out here having a great time. Lulu, Maverick, John. I mean, it's really a big event, doing wonderful things, and we're going to fight and beat it. All right?
When your wife was diagnosed, take us back to that moment.
Well, it's very emotional, obviously, but yeah, it was tough. Hearing her talk about it, and then the realization of what she had to go through was really tough, But she did it. She beat it. We're happy. We're ready to go.
Well, and you beat it together because it's a fight for the family.
Absolutely. You learn that too. You don't know what to expect, and there's so many people around that help out. That's what's nice.
And that's why it's so important to raise money for this, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, each year they're getting closer and closer to finding a cure, or at least helping out, and so I think that's what my wife has done too. She's taken it upon herself to help out others.
And that's why today is so inspirational to me, because the survivors share their stories, but they're helping other people through
Right,
this.
Absolutely. It's a big deal, right? I mean, when you're diagnosed with that at first, you don't know what to do, what to expect. And so you rely on other people's generosity and help and compassion.
Well, you gave us a beautiful day for today, so thank you for doing your part.
Thank you, everybody.
Making strides with some Lakewood Ranch high school students. Why are you guys here?
We are here for the SGA of Lakewood Ranch High School.
Why is it so important for people your age to be involved today?
I think it's really important that people come out and support a good cause like this.
And you're just getting the crowd all amped up.
Yeah, it's a really good time out here. We got music playing. We got Trevor in the gorilla suit. It's going to be a good time.
Well, and the one thing that we're learning is that self-exams are for boys and for girls, ladies and men. So when you go back to your high school, do you have anything to share about today?
I think we've definitely learned a lot just from the booths here. We've all learned a little bit about cancer.
Well, thank you for being here. Thank you for making the excitement in the crowd even greater. Give us a demonstration what you were doing.
Yes!
One more time. Our time at the Making Strides event has come to a close. It was a tremendous turnout. We've learned today that there are survivors, and we've also learned how to take care of our own health. If you couldn't make it out to today's event, there are opportunities to be involved all year long to raise money for funds, for research, and to also support the men and women that are going through this. It was a great event, great stories. Thanks so much for watching, and remember, you don't have to be here today. You can be involved all year long.